Let's go!
Hey, what's up guys? It's your friendly neighborhood collector. I'm just making another video involving the games that I find in my local town. And, if you have any comments or concerns, please feel free to leave them down below. Or if you want to like or subscribe, please feel free to as well. I do appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving me the past couple days. But let's go ahead and we'll jump right into it. I wasn't able to find too many games in the local pawn shops in my town this week. But I was able to find a few, and hopefully you like those. I do have a surprise at the very end of the video, so please stick around for that. But let's go ahead and we'll jump right into it. To start off, I'm just going to show a couple Sega Genesis games that I was able to pick up today. I was able to find Taz-Mania for the Sega Genesis, as well as Jurassic Park. Now, I have never actually played Jurassic Park before, so I need to look into it. But I only paid $2 for this game. And as well, I did pick up, again, Taz-Mania. I remember playing this as a kid with some of my friends, and I remember having a great time. I paid $2 for this, so you can't really beat that for some childhood memories. Also, I was able to find, and you guys will probably end up making fun of me for this, but I bought Lego Star Wars, the video game. I love this game. Again, I remember last week I picked up Lego Batman, and again I haven't gotten to play that yet, but Lego Star Wars has always been a franchise that's been near and dear to my heart. But I paid $3 for that. I love this game, and I look forward to playing it again. I also picked up Rayman 3. Paid $3 for that. Love Rayman. Wasn't really too big on Raving Rabbits. I don't really know a bunch of people who were. Or the moth that just flew by. Probably going from a lamp. Anyways. But, yeah, I love this game. And, Rayman, a little armless figure. Can't really beat him. Picked up Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. And I got that for $5. I wasn't originally going to pick up this game until I started to look at the actual artwork that was inside of it. I'd never seen a game case that actually had artwork and the game on the inside of the case, so I thought that was pretty cool. There's some of it right there if you can see it from that angle. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool, so I picked it up, $5. I can't wait to see the comments on this. I picked up Cars, the video game for the Nintendo Gamecube. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, why would you pick that up? It's only $3, number one, and also I have some memories that are associated with that. Whenever I was a kid, I went up to North Georgia to stay in the mountains with my grandfather and two of my cousins, and he took us to Walmart one day, and I took my original Xbox to North Georgia with us so we could play it. And he gave us the option to pick between two games that he was going to buy us, and the three of us had to pretty much vote on which game that we wanted. The options were Cars and Halo 2, and obviously I wanted Halo 2. But my two cousins, they were a little bit younger, and they said they wanted Cars, so we ended up getting Cars. But we had a lot of fun with it, and I'm glad that we did end up enjoying that together. The next game that I have on my list that I picked up is Budokai Tenkaichi 2 Dragon Ball Z. I used to play this with my cousin whenever I was a lot younger, and he used to kick crap out of me because he had about 5 years on me. I was kind of young, but I love this game. Don't really have good memories associated with it, as far as winning is concerned. But I did pay $18 for this. I went to a local game store and picked this up as compared to going to a pawn shop, just because I've never really seen this around in any pawn shops. If I would have picked it up. But again, I love this game. Love Dragon Ball Z. I did a couple trades this week. I actually ended up trading a good friend of mine. He is on Instagram under Video Game Guru. I'm going to go ahead and leave him a link underneath in the description below, so please go and check him out. But I made a couple trades with him this week. I actually traded the copy of Mario Party 5 that I picked up from the pawn shop last week for Luigi's Mansion. I've never played Luigi's Mansion, but I've always wanted to play this game. I got to play a lot of the original launch titles for the Gamecube whenever it first came out, but this is one that I never really got to get into. But I've heard that it's a great game, and I actually plan on doing a review of this after I've beaten it. So please feel free to look for that. And I traded a copy of a game called Amagon that I had for Disney Adventures in the Magic Kingdom. I have a lot of memories associated with this game as well. It's actually, I believe, the first NES game that I ever played for the NES. A really fun game. I remember there was I think there was a racing game that was on it. There was also kind of like a little ghouls and goblins type thing that was there as well. So I love this game. I look forward to playing this again in the near future. And as far as other things that I picked up, I actually ended up getting this for free. It didn't have the dongle with it, but I actually have the little dongle. So, you know, I didn't really have to have it. But ended up getting a Mad Catz PS3 wireless keyboard for Rock Band 3. Didn't even pay $1 for this. Whenever I went to go pick up the definitive edition for Sleeping Dogs, I told the guy I collected video games, asked him if he had any accessories, and he pulled out this. You might not be able to see it, but it's kind of covered in dust right now. But it had been sitting on a shelf in there for months, and he said that nobody else wanted to buy it. And he said it was priceless to him, which means that he couldn't put a price on it. So he just ended up giving it to me. So that was really cool of him, and you know, that's another thing to add to my collection. I love Rock Band, so never really played keyboard for it, so this will be something. And for the final edition, this is what I was telling you about previously in the video. I ended up picking up a Gamecube, and it was actually a Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness Gamecube. And this was actually at the pawn shop last week. Whenever I picked up some of those other games, like, you know, the Super Slug, or not Sluggers, but Strikers and Mario Party 5 and Double Dash. And I wanted to get this really bad, but unfortunately at the time I did not have the cash for it. But luckily they had ended up putting it out on the shelf, and I ended up getting it today, so I was very pleased with that. I'm glad that I'm able to add that to my collection. I already have a GameCube, but I'm probably going to end up using this one over the other one now, so really glad to have that. Had a pretty good week this week as far as collecting is concerned. You know, I checked a couple different places, you know, Goodwill and again the local pawn shops, and you know, I ended up finding some good finds. I went to a local video game store and looked around and ended up getting that Tenkaichi, which I was very pleased with. So all in all, it was a good week for collecting. You know, that's pretty much all I have to bring to the table this week, but hopefully I will have more next week. Again, if you have any comments or concerns, please feel free to leave them down below, and I do look forward to returning with another video. So thank you, and have a great day.